Do you ever sit around in mid-April thinking to yourself, my God, I am so sick of watching movies. I wish there was just football on again? Yeah, well, me too. And in this video, I'm going to connect my 5 football teams to 5 movie franchises. And now this took me and ChatGPT a lot of thought process. So stay till the end and tell me that I'm right or I'm wrong or I don't care, but just like it. Starting off with the Chiefs, they are the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, whether you like it or not, that's just who they are. They're the biggest, baddest players right now. The Chiefs, yeah, sure, they don't win the Super Bowl, but historically, if thinking about like a franchise when you're having multiple years, I mean, look, they were just back-to-back Super Bowl champions, and they were going to be good again this year. You know why? Patrick Mahomes knows how to throw a football. Now, no shade to the Eagles. We're going to get to them later, but that's who we're starting off with. And now, Marvel Cinematic Universe, whether you like it or not, guess what's coming out May 2nd? Thunderbolts. They're just going to keep on cranking out movies, but people also hate the Chiefs. People also hate the Marvel Cinematic Universe that it ruined movies. Did it really ruin movies? But I've seen people just relentlessly trash on them again and again. Also, I see people trash on Chiefs again and again. They have hatred behind them, and it's definitely fueling them. I even saw a 70-year-old man. This was in an escalator because in New York City, for some reason, there's escalators within grocery stores. Just riding right up it, had a Giants Letterman jacket. Week of the Super Bowl. There's a Chiefs balloon to the left-hand side, leans over, risks his life a little bit just to punch the balloon because he's that frustrated at the Chiefs. And let me tell you, if you watch the new Captain America Brave New World, you probably want to punch Harrison Ford straight in the teeth. But Patrick Mahomes is quite literally Tony Stark. When everyone else is struggling, he picks up the slack and gets the job done. Tony Stark, sure, he's not perfect. Is Patrick Mahomes perfect? Pretty near perfect. You feel like, oh, he's not fast, but come on, he gets a lot of rushing yards in the playoffs where it really matters. So they are basically the same person. A lot of times they're just surrounded by a lot of trash. But yeah, sure, you have Travis Kelce. I get it. But then you have Captain America. It's basically the same thing. Overall, all of Marvel Cinematic Universe's IMDb score is a 7.4. And honestly, that's probably low for what you'd give the Chiefs. I'd probably give the Chiefs like an 8.2 as of recent, though. If you go back to the past, yeah, it probably sucks. But was there even a Marvel Cinematic Universe? No. It's just fine. It's Patrick Mahomes era on Let's Just Be Crystal. Now, I mentioned them before, but the Eagles are next up, and they're just Jurassic Park. Why? Think about it. Dinosaurs are kind of like birds. The Eagles are a bird. It just makes perfect sense. Jurassic Park, it's just a classic identity movie. Now, they're redoing it, and I honestly have not seen the newer ones. I mean, there's a brand new one with Scarlett Johansson coming out. But Jurassic Park just has that identity of whenever it was made, the 80s. I could just Google it, but I'm too lazy. And the Eagles also have just a classic identity of being a gritty team. Hey, we're from Philly, and you know what you're getting yourself into. I'm holding in a burp. Now, the clear difference is that people hate the Eagles, especially for how the fans are, but you want to be like, people don't hate Jurassic Park. Yeah, they don't, but also they kind of hate the new ones from my entire understanding. And then on the other hand, people hate the Eagles fans because they act like degenerates. Do you think dinosaurs had manners? No, dinosaurs did not have manners. And Jalen Hurts is basically Dr. Alan Grant. If you think about it, they're both calm, cool, and collective in situations, but Jalen Hurts just doesn't have a soul, but that's fine. I don't need my quarterback to have a soul. I need him to throw some touchdowns. Average score on IMDb is a 6.5, and that makes sense. I mean, the Eagles, they haven't been great. They've been great these past, 5-7 years? They've been great, but like before that, I knew that they were pretty bad. Ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. Kind of like Jurassic Park. So I could say 6.7 is a little too low for someone who just won the Super Bowl. So give me a 7.5 IMDb for the Eagles. The Jets are basically a Fast and Furious franchise. Now think about this. It started off like pretty great, kind of like every single Jets season. It starts off fantastic. You're like, wow, what can this season take us to? And then by the end of it, it's just terrible. Kind of like when you're watching a Fast and Furious movie nowadays, you're like, what am I even watching? This is garbage. But you keep returning back and you're hopeful. Just like Jets fans are hopeful, you get some excitement when you're watching a Fast and Furious trailer now. They were like, oh my God, they were on boats and now they're jumping off of helicopters. And it's kind of like late in the season when you watch Gary Wilson just like come back, catch it. That one where you're like, oh my God, he wasn't in, but he definitely wasn't. Let's be honest. And they called him in, so it absolutely rocked. And you're like, wow, I'm so pumped up as the Jets. And then you just realize that they're the Jets and they're never going to win. And Aaron Rodgers is basically like Vin Diesel. I mean, sure, he didn't really have great locker room presence, but I heard Vin Diesel is just absolutely terrible to work with. I think Aaron Rodgers might be a better person than Vin Diesel. I don't know. Vin Diesel, like, congrats, bud. You said Groot. Like, what do you want? And what do you even do? And what even are you? I don't know. Those are the questions I asked my therapist as well. But in the end of the day, they're both just old people screaming about something not being right, and the word family gets tossed in there about 25 times. Overall, the Fast and Furious IMDb score is 6.4, which honestly seems a little bit high for the Jets, but there's so much drama and hope that will give them a 6 out of 10. If it was just based off of who they were, they would get a 3 out of 10 flat. The Patriots is to the NFL as what Star Wars is for movie franchises. It started off fantastic. Now, I'm not talking about like way early on in the football days. No. I'm talking about the Tom Brady dynasty on. They have been electric, but as of late, they tailed off. Right? Tom Brady left, and it's kind of like, oh, what are we doing here? But now we're making other movies that aren't even part of like the original trilogy or the prequels, or what do you even call 7, 8, 9? I mean, I know it's a bad joke that 7, 8, 9, but what do you call those movies? I really don't know. I was so pumped for 7, and then it came out, and I was like, this is great. And then 8 and 9 came out, and I was like, I don't know what my eyeballs watched, and I feel bad because I apologized multiple times to them, but I think they're still upset at me. The Patriots were 4-3 last year, which is extremely reflective of how bad the movies 7, 8, 9 were. Not good. But what was good was Tom Brady. Tom Brady was the original trilogy, and he absolutely rocked. Now, when you think about it, he's basically Luke Skywalker. He's always right, kind of like the shining light of Boston versus like the shining light of, I don't know, the New Hope, or not New Hope. What really matters is their sidekick is just all the fun and all the attention. I mean, Han Solo rocks. Gronkowski rocks. They seem like bros. And then you have Skywalker and Tom Brady who are like, look at me, I'm all righteous. But you know what that means? You need someone fun. Fun. And the IMDb rating for Star Wars, we just sum it up, is 7.4, but that's only the 9 movies and not the 2 random runs or shows that got tossed in there. So I think the Patriots are definitely higher than a 7.4. I put them at like an 8, 6, depending on how they do the next 5 years. I mean, look, they just got rid of Joe Milton, and he might have been the answer. We'll see. The Packers is basically the Harry Potter movie franchise if you think about it, right? Both are just extremely consistent, and it's just better in cold weather. I feel like the Packers, ever since Brett Favre, have been extremely consistent. I mean, they have a winning percentage of about 59%. So if you're winning day in and day out, it's kind of like Harry Potter. Every single movie was great, and it was very close to the book, but there's just no complaints. But are you really going to watch Harry Potter in the summer? And I feel like the Packers in the beginnings of the season are always like, they're good, but they always get better during those cold weather games, which if you pop a Harry Potter on in the summer, yeah, it might be summer fun, movies, popcorn going around. But if you're popping it on in the wintertime, you're getting cozy, you have your popcorn there, and you just eat, and just get sucked into the movie. When in the summertime, it's more on in the background, you're relaxing. It doesn't really make sense. And I would say, look, the Packers, they have a young core. Harry Potter, it's not about adults, it's about kids. Now, the Packers players' kids, I guess so, because they're teenagers, but both are good. Both are good in the end of the day, and both are going to get stronger. I am terrified for what the Packers are going to do in the next couple years. All in all, though, the IMDb score for Harry Potter is about a 7.7. I say that's right where it is for the Packers. That's it. If you disagree, or if I just missed a clear one, just let me know. I'm a good guy in the comments, and just subscribe. Please, I beg.